Hello and welcome to Herald TV News Bulletin with me, Valentin Dish. The stay order on tree felling for road widening in Shillong has once again proven that courts are the only hope to save nature. The reckless nature in which the work of road widening was undertaken has been struck down by the High Court after 3 citizens from Shillong appealed against the work. Watch this report.
The road widening in Shillong, which began on 3rd March, unfortunately involved the felling of trees that had stood for 50 to 100 years. In response to this, the community voiced their concerns, staging peaceful protests in Shillong and approached High Court. Subsequently, the High Court issued a stay order on further tree felling. Regrettably, 30 of these venerable trees had already been uprooted till then.
This morning I have mentioned to the court that last week, between 3rd and 5th of March, around 35 big, huge heritage trees have been felled at Shillong from the Shillong marketplace up to a short stretch of the SFX school. And the citizens were very alarmed and they asked the contractor whose permission he was felling the trees with. He had no names to offer, no permission to give, nothing. But what he told them was that not only this, I have also been given permission to cut from Shillong market across the hill up to Voda junction, Asagaon. According to him, around 120 trees are required to be cut. But he does not give anyone's name or any permission. Also, if there is a permission from the authorities, then the trees are marked, so we know which trees there are. So people have been maintaining a vigil from 6th of March. Every day they are watching the entire stretch, which is a very inhuman thing for people. They have to go to work, they have lives to lead, but they are maintaining a vigil because they don't know when the tree cutter will come, and they bring the chainsaws and in minutes the whole tree is down.
Celebrating the High Court's stay order, petitioners have appealed the public to actively engage in similar causes and advocate for environmental preservation. Meanwhile, environmentalists and conservationists criticize the Forest Department for its failure in protecting these trees.
Yeah, all I wanted to say is that when we had this protest, and nobody ended up coming up to help us and to join us. Not nobody, there were a lot of people, but as many as we would have required did not really come. If ever this kind of thing happens in the future, at least use this as an example to help out in such things, because it's not only our village, it's not only our trees, it belongs to everybody.
What has happened is there's a complete collapse of government machinery. The agencies, the people, the officials who are supposed to protect Goa, uphold the law, the rules and regulations. Say for example, Goa Preservation of Trees Act. The Forest Department is supposed to be protecting the trees. The conservator of forest, the deputy conservator of forest are supposed to protect trees. But these are the same authorities which are giving permissions indiscriminately to cut trees. There is no application of mind. They don't care. There is absolutely no conservation effort from the deputy conservator of forest or the conservator of forest. If you see all their orders, all that they are doing is nothing but destruction of trees. So we have to rename them. That instead of conservation of trees, conservative forests, they are destroyers of forest. We have to remove their powers. It's high time people wake up in Goa and realize, before they destroy Goa completely, that these agencies which are supposed to work for the protection of the forest, protection of the trees, protection of the environment, all these agencies have failed us.
The petitioners and environmentalists argued that there was no necessity to cut down the trees, as the spaces they occupied were utilized for parking vehicles. However, local MLA Michael Lobo refrained from commenting when asked about his stance regarding the High Court order. According to residents of Shillong, over 120 large and old trees were targeted for felling by the contractor. The Regional Forest Department registered offence against the contractor Rafiq Munna on 11th March, but the High Court has sought clarification on who is backing the contractor. The next hearing on this issue is set for 26th March. Bureau Report, Herald TV.
In this edition of Street Voices, Team Herald spoke to several people to know their perspective on whether people, court, and responsible media are the only three pillars of democracy.
एक सायडीच्यान तुम्ही वन महोत्सव करतात आणि दुसरी सायडीच्यान इतली झाडां मारतात थंय की लास्टाक कोर्टाक इंटरव्यून जावन सांगची पडटा की बाबा झाडां मारपाची बंद करात आणि सरकार वयल्यान म्हणटा कोणी मारली ती खबर ना म्हणल्यार तुमचे फॉरेस्ट डिपार्टमेंट करता कितें इतले दीस लोक थंय बोवाळ मारतात आणि तुमचे फॉरेस्ट डिपार्टमेंटाक कळना झाडां मारला म्हण थंय सादो एक मेडो मारतलो जर जायत कोणा परमिशन घेवन जाल्यार तुका फॉरेस्ट डिपार्टमेंट सतयता ताजो घेराय काड आनी कितें कर माती गोबर इन्स्पेक्शन कर तुका म्हयने लागतात एक सादें परमिशन मेळपाक आनी दिसा उजवाडी तुमी शिवोली भितर इतली बरी मोठी झाडां मारतात म्हळ्यार कितें म्हणपाचें सो म्हाका दिसता की आजकाल जर तुका जर लोकांच्या प्रश्नाचें निवारण करपा जाय लोकांक ज्यो समस्या आहात ताजी जर तडी व्हरपा जर जायत जाल्यार आयचे तारखेर तरी अशें दिसता की सरकाराचे दोळे धापलात कान भेड्डी जालात आनी तोंडान ते उलोवपाक शकना मनी जालात आनी ताका लागून ही तीन आंग जी आसा पळय देशांतली कोर्ट न्यायालयां प्रेस मिडिया आनीक लोकांची शक्त पीपल एट लार्ज हेच हांचेरच भरोसो दवरून आमकां मुखार मार्गक्रमण करचें पडटलें.
If the people are really sensible and they vote for the people who are really deserve to get their vote.
आता पहिला खूपशे लोक रस्त्यार जातात काल एक एजिटेशन हांगासर
It is people are coming often on the road. There are constant agitation. लोक येतात. It is because of the failure of the government. And the failure of the government indirectly the public is also responsible. Because the public is wise. They get every 5 years to correct their what wrong they have done. And if the people correct, then they can get a very good government.
What has happened is there is a complete collapse of government machinery. The agencies, the people, the officials who are supposed to protect Goa, uphold the law, the rules and regulations. Say for example, Goa Preservation of Trees Act. The forest department is supposed to be protecting the trees. The conservator of forest, the deputy conservator of forest are supposed to protect trees. But these are the same authorities which are giving permissions indiscriminately to cut trees. There is no application of mind. They don't care. There is absolutely no conservation effort from the deputy conservator of forest or the conservator of forest. So what will be left of Goa? This is all heading towards complete desertification of Goa. So the role of these agencies, including the police, the only agency, the pillar of democracy that is functioning today, the executive is, the politicians have become corrupted. It's only the judiciary and the media today, they are with us to some extent. That they are trying to uphold the law or highlight, the media is trying to highlight the people's problems. Otherwise, Goa is finished. The greenery is fast changing. We are rapidly destroying the green cover of Goa. So there will be nothing left. It's high time Goans wake up and stop this destruction of Goa.
म्हाका दिसता गेले तर राज गव्हर्मेंट ना पूण मातशें पूण तांकां लोक सांगत तेजेर मातशें लक्ष दवरतले. दीस गव्हर्मेंट डजंट केअर फॉर द पीपल आनीक लोकांक बोवाड मारले सोशल मिडियाचेर बोवाड मारले कांयच जायना. प्रेस आर्टिकल्स आनी एडिटोरियल्स ते बोदर जायना पूण फ्रंट पेजीचेर बी कितें आयलें रोखडेंच मातशें लक्ष जाता. आतां फकत आमकां उरलो तो स्कोप्स. लोकांनी इतले पयशे मोडपाचे कोर्टां वचपाक एका फाटल्यान एक कोर्टाची झुपाट दिलो आहा गव्हर्मेंटान तरी सान तांकां लॉज आसना. ते जाय ते कोत्ताय म्हणजे कोर्टां वसाय तुमी. ही डेमोक्रेसी आमची कोर्टां वसाय म्हणपाक आनीक लोकांक पयशे मोडपाचे for the environment and other things of the ecology and others. So everywhere we see that the government is not bothered. At least when people, I can understand that sometimes it escapes the attention of the government, certain things. But when at least people come forward to protest, take notice of that. You don't take notice because you are not interested in the people. You are interested in those who are constructing, builders and all that, because you get your share.
गोंया भितर सांगपा म्हळ्यार ह्या सरकारा अंडर कायदे म्हणटा खंयच उरना सगळे अंदाधुंदी कामां आनीक सरकाराक आनी जे डिपार्टमेंटान अशें दिसता की आमकां जाय तें आमी करतले तुका जाता तें तूं कर आनी मागीर त्या टायमार प्रेसाच्या आदारान जावं कोर्टाच्या आदारान आनी लोकांचें एज्युकेशन जावनूच मागीर कितें तरी एक सोल्युशन मेळटा आमी पळयलें ते प्रमाणे पूण सरकारांतल्यान जे कायदे ते फॉलो करपा जाय जे डिपार्टमेंट्सान ले डावन रुल्स रेग्युलेशन्स कितें आसा ते फॉलो करपा सुवातेर ते सामके उलटाच करता ऑपोजीट करता सारकें आनी दे एक्सपेक्ट दॅट पीपल शूड गो एंड फायट ऑन द स्ट्रीट्स आनी जे पर्यंत कोण मुखार सरना जे पर्यंत कोण तांकां ओपोज करपा मुखार सरना त्या पर्यंत तांचो कायदो तो जाला वेदर इट इज फिट्स विथइन द रूल ऑफ लॉ ऑर नो तांकां कसलेंच फरक पडना.
Cashew farmers in Satari have raised concerns over decreased yield of cashew nuts this season. The farmers said that not only has the output dwindled, but the market price for cashew nuts has also plummeted. The farmers have appealed to the government for intervention and have demanded better prices for cashew nuts to alleviate their financial distress.
कांयच ना नकाचे
अजिबात ना
कांयच ना आतां पळय सांगाक म्हटल्यार कशें आना आतां पळय साहेबाक आतां तांकां अशें भितर दिवचें पडटा कळ्ळें न्हू
कोणाक दे खंयचे जाय
एक सायज आनी कोणाक
पावणी हाडली कांयची आवारांची
पावणी हाडल्या उपरांत ताका दिवचें पडटा न्हू ते आमकां त्रास जाता चड म्हटल्यार त्रास तो पिकय ना आनी रेटय तेंचे लावंक ना.
कितली रेट आहा
110
110 चलतले धांवपाचें
110 पूण 180 म्हणटा ते केन्ना ती बिलां लावपाची आनी सबसिडी घेवपाची ती केन्ना तुका दिवंक जाय 500 ताका दिवंक जाय 1000
जाल्यार ती सबसिडी
ती सबसिडी म्हणजे तूं.
Concerned citizens met the Chief Electoral Officer in Panjim to address concerns regarding the electronic voting machines on Thursday. They highlighted that the Chief Electoral Officer would be held responsible if any tampering or manipulation of votes occurs to the EVMs in the future. Expressing opposition to the use of EVMs, they argued that in a small state like Goa, elections could be conducted using the traditional ballot paper method.
आम्ही काल सकाळी मेळपाक गेल्ले अपॉइंटमेंट घेवपाक तेन्ना चीफ इलेक्टोरल ऑफिसर तुजो PA जो आसा मोहलो आपणाक तूं हे जे तुमी हाडून जे मेमोरंडम जे दितलो इलेक्शन EVM मशिना बद्दल ते पयलीं आपणाक दाखय म्हणून आनी तेज्या उपरांत जर तुमचो मेमोरंडम जर सारको जर आसा जाल्यार आमी चीफ इलेक्टोरल ऑफिसराक तुमकां मेळपाक दितले म्हणून आनी आयज ते प्रमाणे आमी येयले तेन्ना फुडें भितर वचना फुडें तेणी कितें केलें आमी ताका दिलें तेणी वाचलें आनी आपूण ती PA जी आसा न्हू ते ऑफिसराक मेळपाक गेली चीफ इलेक्टोरल ऑफिसरा कडेन तेणी वाचलें आनी आमकां भितर इनवॉल्व घेतात आमकां फक्त इनवॉल्व आनी आमकां भितर ऑफिसान घेवंक ना हांवें ताका कितें मेन्शन केलें तिका हांवें म्हटलें ताका मेळपाक येयला न्ही तुमकां हांव एक मेळपाक घेवंक ना म्हाका ताका कन्सर्न जे आमी जे वोट जे मारता ही मतां ही चोरीक वयता हें ताका सांगपाक येयला म्हूण त्या प्रमाणे हांवें हेजेर मेन्शन केल्लेलें आसा सिरियस irregularities in conduct of parliament elections in UM and your staff, including all who conduct election 2024. Our rights of votes to whom we vote, it does not to concerned candidate. And if it is found and manipulating, and our complaint will be on those who conduct elections, and FIR should be made on during the day of election, and police should register case on election commission and election commission staff and other government staff, including returning officer under section 420. अशी हांवें कंप्लेन केला ज्या दिसा इलेक्शन जातलें त्या दिसा जर मशिनान तरी गडबड जाली आमकां कळ्ळें हे मत ते सायडीन सुद्दां वयता जाल्यार गोंयचो चीफ इलेक्टोरल ऑफिसर जो आसा हो जबाबदारी घेतलो आनी ते EVM मशिनाचेर करता आमी हेका ओपोज करता आयजूय ओपोज करता आमी ताका सपोर्ट करपाक येवंक ना ज्या दिसा आमी हांकां सांगता कितें अख्खे गोंयचे जनतेक सांगता आमी जेन्ना म्युनिसिपालिटीचें इलेक्शन विलेज पंचायतीचें इलेक्शन आनी पंचायतीचें इलेक्शन आनी ZPचें इलेक्शन जेन्ना आमी बॅलेट पेपराचेर घेता तर तुमकां गोंयचें पॉप्युलेशन थोडें आसल्या कारणान तुमकां बॅलेट पेपराचेर वोटींग घेवपाक कितें प्रश्न पडटा काय विचारला हांवें तांकां तेंचे कडेन आन्सर ना.
Employees of Goa Village Panchayat Union staged a protest at the Azad Maidan on Thursday, demanding the implementation of the 7th Pay Commission. The protest drew a significant number of employees from various village panchayats across the state. Watch.
Panchayat Workers Union. कौन लड़ेंगे? कौन लड़ेंगे? आज ऑल गोवा पंचायत कामगार हांचे फुडारी आणि कामगार गोंयच्यो सगळ्यो 191 पंचायतीचे प्रतिनिधी पेडणे पासून काणकोण पर्यंत ह्या आझाद मैदानाचेर आयल्या आणि त्यांची प्रमुख मागणी ज्यो आसात 7वो वेतन आयोग आमकां लागू करात. पंचायत कामगारां सरकारान 6वो वेतन आयोग दिल्लो आणि तो दिवन 2015 वर्सां जाली 2008 आमी आतां 2024 आसा. 7वो वेतन आयोग येवन 8 वर्सां जाली 2016च्यान. गोंयांत 2018च्यान इम्प्लिमेंट केल्लो बाकीच्यांका, पूण आजुनूय पंचायत कामगारांक तो लागू करूना. आमी आतांच सांगलें की डॉक्टर सावंत तुझे उतर पाळ. कित्याक आमचे एका वर्सा पयलीं कॉन्फरन्स जाल्लें मडगांवां पंचायत कामगारांचे आनी त्या कॉन्फरन्साक आमच्या राज्याचे भौमानीक मुखेलमंत्री बाब प्रमोद सावंत, पंचायत मंत्री भौमानीक माविन गुदील हे दोगूय आशिल्ले. ऑल इंटरनॅशनल ऑल इंडियाचे लिडर आशिल्ले आनी तांणी मोठ्या गडगान दबाज्यान सांगलें कॉन्फरन्साक 400 लोकां मुखार ऑल इंडियाचे प्रतिनिधी गोंयचे आमी प्रतिनिधी आशिल्ले की आपूण ऑलरेडी 7वो वेतन आयोग लागू केला पंचायत कामगारां आनी इमिजिएटली इम्प्लिमेंट करतलो. हे सांगून 1 वर्स जालें. डिक्लेअर जावन 8 वर्सां जाल्यात. गव्हर्मेंटान ऑलरेडी फायनान्सान नोटिफिकेशन काढला की 2018 5 वर्सां पयलीं की ज्यो संस्था आसा तांकां 6वो वेतन आयोग लागू जाल्लो तांकां आमी 7वो वेतन आयोग लागू करतले. थकबाकीचेर कांय उलोवं नाशिल्ले, लागू करतले. आनी आजुनूय 2024 आमी पावले तरी पंचायत कामगारांक हो वेतन आयोग लागू करूना. आमी सगळे तरेचे ह्या सरकारा मुखार दंडवत घातल्यात, मेमोरंडम केला आनी ह्या सरकाराची एक गजाल म्हटल्यार ना अशें ते केन्ना म्हणना.
In view of the ongoing construction of the wholesale fish market, the South Goa Planning and Development Authority Chairman Daji Salkar hinted that the market will be temporarily shifted to the Verna IDC. However, Salkar opined that the remaining work of the market complex will be completed within the next 6 months after being shifted. He informed that 2 phases of the wholesale fish market, which is under construction, have already been completed.
सो GSIDCन आमकां प्रपोजल कित्याक दिलो की तुमी थंयच आसून सपोज आमकां काम करपा लायत जाल्यार आमकां डिफिकल्ट जातलें, ताका आनी डिले जातलो, वर्सभर आनी फुडें वतले. बरेंच तुमी आमकां एम्प्टी पोझिशन त्या जाग्याचेर दिलें जाल्यार आमी इमिडिएटली 6 म्हयन्या भितर ते करूंक शकता. आमी ऑनरेबल फिशरीज मिनिस्टरान मिटींग आपयली आनी सगळ्यांची आनी थंय डिसायड जालें की एक 6 म्हयन्या खातीर ते मार्केट शिफ्ट करचें म्हणून. आनी IDC वॉज द आयडियल ऑप्शन कित्याक दोनूय सायडीन सगळ्या कडेन मदीं अशें लोकेशन आशिल्लें IDC आतां तांच्यो व्हडल्यो शेड्स सगळ्यो खाली आसा अशें आमकां करून आयलें आनी थंय हे शिफ्ट करप टेम्पररी बेसीस.
Traditional fishermen, also known as ramponkars, selling fish near the wholesale fish market, have requested for permanent space inside the wholesale fish market. They met the MMC Chief Officer Gaurish Shankwalkar and handed a memorandum requesting the same. The MMC CEO has put the ball in the court of the SGPDA regarding their request.
इशू कसो आसा, तो जो मार्केट आसा पळय इज नोन एज होलसेल फिश मार्केट आनी तो मार्केटाक भितर कोणें बसचें आनी कोणें थंय नुस्तें विकचें आनी कितें करचें हें SGPDN सावथ गोवा प्लॅनिंग एंड डेव्हलपमेंट ऑथॉरिटीन डिसायड करपाचें. म्हणजे जे जर तर रापणकार आसा तांचे तांकां जर तर भितर थंय विकपाक जाय तांचें नुस्तें आनी तांकां जर SGPDA जर तर परमीट करता जाल्यार आमकां कसलीच प्रॉब्लेम ना.
रस्त्याचेर बसता तांकां काडटा म्हणून आमी रस्त्याचेर बसना, आमी भितर तांकां कंपाउंड वॉल आहा पळय आतां पळय न्यू बिल्डींग आयल्या ते सायडीन बसतालीं, सगळीं एक सायडीन बसतालीं आनी तशी थोडीं भायर बसतालीं विदीन द स्पेस ऑफ द रोड ऑफ द फुटपाथ आनी रोड देर इज अ हें सेटबॅक एरिया आहा तातूंत बसतालीं आनी कांय बसता नाशिल्लीं. आनी 12 वरांचेर आतां थोडेशें नुस्तें पळय मेळटा थंय बाजारांत तें घेवन विकून 12:30 आमी क्लियर करता. नुस्तें विकलें गेलें भायर सर. आतां आमचे कडेन 9:30 भायर काडटा आमी दिसले मारून भायर काडटा नुस्तें भायर उडयता आनी वयल्यान 200 रुपया घेता. फ्रॉम अंडर वॉट लॉ यू आर चार्जिंग 200 रुपीज आनी आमी रिसीट दिना. हे SPDA वाले SPDA पळय कोणा दवरल्या ती राखणी म्हणून ते 200 रुपया घेता आनी ते हिशेब ना कांय ना. 9:30 जाली आमी पासून रस्त्यार बसपाचें.
The demarcation of the land acquired for the construction of the Qabristan begins at Sansada on Thursday. Amidst the police protection, the team from the Land Survey Department began the procedure for the demarcation along the Margao Municipal Council officials and villagers. This comes after the Margao villagers demanded the authorities to comply with the laid down guidelines on demarcation for the construction of the burial ground. Fishing boat owners from Vasco have demanded the government to release their long-pending subsidies. The boat owners met the local Vasco MLA Daji Salkar and urged him to resolve the issue as soon as possible. Watch.
आम्ही आयज धाकटे फिशींग बोटकार येयले ही आमची स्पेशली सबसिडीक लागून जे वेट रिएम्बर्समेंट आमकां मेळटाले ते आमकां बंद जाला आनी जे लास्ट 2 वर्सां जे आमकां येवपाची आसली तिवूय बंद केल्या. धाकटे बोटकार खूब त्रासान आहा, खूब त्रास काडटा, धंदो सारको चलना, नुस्तें ना दर्यात आनी हे परिस्थितीन आमकां बोटी भायर वचोंक मेळना. आयज आमी धाकटे बोटकार स्पेशली रिक्वेस्ट घेवन येयले दाजी बाबा कडेन की आमचें कितें चुकलें जाल्यार सोजमोन घेवचें आनी आमकां हे टायमार हेल्प करचें की आमी खूब त्रासान. हे आमचे CMाक बाबा मातशें तेणें हें घालचें मांडचें की धाकटे बोटकार आमी फिशींग बोटकार आनी मुखार चलोवपाक पावचे ना हे बोटी. हे आमचे माय पायचे बोटी हे आमी चलोवपाक आनी पावचीच ना. हे आमचो धंदो फ्युचराक ट्रेडिशनल धंदो आमचो हो आमचो चालूच उरपाक हें आमचें मागणें आनी आमी स्पेशली आयज येयले दाजी बाबा आनी म्हाका ताणें सांगलां ते प्रमाणे अपॉयंटमेंट घेता सांगलां CMा कडेन आनी आमचें हें काम कशेंय कोत्ता म्हूण ताणें आमकां एक आश्वासन दिलें. हांव देव बरें करूं.
The traffic police have initiated awareness campaigns aimed at rental vehicle owners statewide to inform them about new traffic regulations. Under these regulations, customers renting vehicles are required to sign an undertaking. The initiative aims to ensure that tourists can enjoy their travels while adhering to traffic regulations, promoting safety and responsible driving practices.
आज आम्ही पणजेन जे रेंट बाईक आणि रेंट कार एसोसिएशनाचे जे मेंबर्स आहात जे ओनर्स आहात ऑपरेटर्स त्यांची एक मिटींग घेतलेली रिगार्डिंग SOP म्हटल्यार ते जेन्ना टुरिस्टांक बायक और कार दिता ऑन रेंट सो तांकां टुरिस्टांक कितें इन्स्ट्रक्शन दिवपाचे पळय सो तांकां आमी त्या बाबतीन ब्रीफ केल्ले आहा. सो बेजिकली तांचे डिटेल्स फॉर एग्जाम्पल आधार कार्ड डिटेल्स म्हणजे कंप्लीट दितले आहा, लायसन्स नंबर लायसन्स तांचे सो जे कितें मॅन्डेटरी डिटेल्स घेवपा जाय त्या बाबतीन तांकां आमी ब्रीफ केल्ले आहा. आनी ऑल्सो रिगार्डींग जे वायलेशन जे आहा पळय ते टुरिस्टांक सेन्सिटायज करपाक जाय की नो एंट्री म्हणात, हेल्मेट घालनासतना भोंवपाचें म्हणात, ओवर स्पिडींग, ड्रंकन ड्रायव्हिंग ह्या बाबतींत सगळ्यांक आमी तांकां ब्रीफ केल्या की टुरिस्टांक तांच्यांनी इन्स्ट्रक्ट करचें वायल गिवींग द व्हेकल इटसेल्फ की हे हितून इंडल्ज जावपाचें ना म्हणून.
सो बरें जालें मिटिंगेक कितें हें जालें तेंचें
फ्रुटफूल मिटींग आशिल्ली. दे आर ऑल्सो कॉपरेटींग. तेंच्यांनी सांगलां तेंच्यांनी जे आमी एक फॉर्म केल्ले आसा रिस्पेक्टीव SP एक फॉर्म केल्ले आसा जे फॉर्मार इट्स अ कायंड ऑफ एन अंडरटेकींग. सो ते अंडरटेकिंगाचेर तेंच्यांनी फूल तेंचे डिटेल्स घेवपाचे आनी तेजेर तेंच्यांनी तांकां ते इन्स्ट्रक्शन ते मेन्शन केले. सो ते आमी तांकां इन्स्ट्रक्ट केला की जे तुमचे कस्टमर्स आसतले ते टुरिस्ट तांकां एक कॉपी दिवपाची सो दॅट दे ऑल्सो नो की वॉट इज टू बी डन एंड वॉट इज नॉट टू बी डन.
Locals of Voda and devotees welcomed Shri Kuldevta Murti and Kalash with great fervor and devotion at Madhala Swada in Voda. The installation was held on Wednesday evening, followed by traditional celebrations.
The locals of Voda embraced the auspicious Shri Kuldevta Murti and Kalash installation. They welcomed the auspicious idol with dhol, tasha and dindi. Thousands of devotees and locals congregated the temple for the auspicious ceremony. The Shikhar Kalash Pujan will be completed in the hands of Sadguru Brahmeshanand Maharaj on Friday.
Chandravadu boys Fatorda secured a place in the finals of the 17th Rebello Pandal All-Goa Open Football Tournament organized by Rebello Pandal in Maina. Chandravadu boys Fatorda defeated Rosary boys Davodli by 1-0. The thrilling match was played at St. Rita's Church Ground in Maina on Wednesday.
The semi-final match began with fast pace and both teams played decent brand soccer with short passes and control of the game from end-to-end contest. Shillong Furtado of Fatorda missed the opportunity to score in 14th minutes of play as his header was off the target, while Reeve DaCosta of Davolin left footer punched away for corner by Carol Source, goalkeeper of Fatorda, before half-time. At end of half-time, both teams remained on 0-0 goalless draw as second half began. Priestley Gomes of Davolin power-packed shot from the centre hit the crossbar, while Cliff Barreto right footer from the edge of box punched away by Francisco Poleco, goalkeeper of Davolin, in the 40th minutes. The match-winning goal was scored by Rahul from Chandravado Boys Fatorda. Inacio for Herald TV.
That's all we have in today's news bulletin. Thanks for watching Herald TV News. For more news and alerts, please follow Sono Heraldo on Facebook and Twitter. Take care and goodbye.